All right, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is May 23rd, 2021. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, how you doing? How's
it going, my good man?
It's another good week, and yeah, I don't know. It's been a really eventful week, I feel like.
I have a question. Have you ever had a bad week?
Once or twice.
Okay. Because every time I ask you this question at the beginning, you're like, oh, it's been a good week. It's been an interesting week. It's been something that week.
Oh, sorry, man. Worst week of my life.
You got to give the viewers and everybody listening the correct feeling to what you're feeling on the week.
It's been good. Today's my mom's birthday, so
Ooh, okay.
I definitely had a lot of fun today so far.
Nice. Did you have to work, though?
Let me close the door, by the way. What's up?
Not did you close the door? Did you work today?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I work like every single day except Saturday usually. Except when there's a calm day.
I know, right? All right, well, we are here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, update, and ranting about Pokemon Go because we love the game just as much as you do. Good reminder that we are part of the Professor Network. Please check us out at professornetwork.com/Purified Podcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. Wonderful podcast to talk about. Ken, Adam, and everybody else in the team usually is amazing. We're always grateful to be part of such an amazing team. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and start and recap some of the things that we actually got last week. So how about you tell me what you got, Chris?
All right. Not gonna lie, I didn't have the game loaded up, so I'm just waiting on that for a sec. Off the top of my head, I did get a decent haul this week. It's kind of funny. I went to Walmart on my lunch break to see if they had stocked cards, and instead of cards, I found a shiny.
Ooh.
So I think that was the beginning, but I might be crazy.
Nice.
No.
Alright,
What's up?
No, keep going.
It all started with a shiny Voltorb.
Nice.
Which I had gotten shortly after, jogging at the park with Julie. And then after that, I found the Murkrow at Walmart. I was like, okay, I'll take it. I know that one's one of the more weird ones.
Right.
And then today, stopping for some breakfast, I got a shiny Carvana.
Nice. Dude, you're pumping off.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of that. But yeah, no hundos. Never any hundos. No hundo Chris.
I mean, come on.
Oh well. It's all good.
Let me ask you a question. Do you catch everything on site?
It depends. If it is low, I definitely catch it. If it is high, I definitely catch it. If it's in between, no. It depends.
All right.
Because I'm trying to get extra large candies, and I'm trying to get Stardust. I don't really care about the ones in between. Usually, depending on what it is.
Usually, yeah, not bad. All right. Well, for me, the only shiny notable that I got was after Community Day, after the podcast. This was the last egg of the Luminous X event, and I got another Azurill. A little green bean, once again. This is my second one for the week. So technically, I got 3 X shinies from the Luminous X event, which I'm happy about because, getting these babies are always been one of those like grinds for a lot of people. So the odds to getting them were actually pretty high for that reason. After that, of course, I didn't get much shinies. I've been trying to hatch as many eggs as possible, but, the world. And as for hundos... the one notable one, I don't know if I actually mentioned about this. When did I get this Hundo? Was a Hatch Magikarp. Yes, I actually got it last week. Yeah, the only notable one is the Hundo Gyarados that I got. So now I have my Mega Gyarados ready to go. I mean, I need a little bit extra candy for the extra large. But now I have a Shadow Hundo and a regular Hundo. And I'm like, which one should I walk?
Yeah, that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
It really depends on what you want.
Well,
the
my goals
on or what you're actually going to use, right?
Yeah. My goal so far has been to actually get all of the megas best body hundos and everything like that. So, I've been looking through all of those. I mean, I've been preparing for a few of them already, getting Tyranitar and Metagross and all those ones. But I have been pretty good to have. I worked on Mewtwo. I worked on the starters. Still got to work on some of the Gen 3 starters for those Megas, of course. Which I don't think those Megas are going to come out anytime soon, but you never know.
Hold up.
What?
I have more Stardust than you at this moment.
Yes. I've been spending quite a bit.
I never have Stardust.
I've been spending quite a bit in the last few days, and the
man's going ham.
Purified quest from this event hasn't been that easy either.
No. They're evil.
Yeah. So not a big haul this week on shinies and hundos, but I'm happy to at least get something for you guys this week. So you never know. Next week is gonna be another amazing week coming up, and I'm pretty sure I'm going ham next weekend and this week alone. So
oh boy,
it's gonna be an interesting one. But yes, so that is our hauls. Now let's go ahead and recap what has happened in the last week. And the first thing that we have, of course, is the Luminous Y event, part 1. Which, in all technicality, we should even call it a Luminous Y event, because it's just call it like Tingle Rocket Takeover for literally a week. You can agree on that, right?
Basically.
Well, the whole thing...
That's pretty fair.
Yeah, so the whole thing is new Shadow Pokemons, new Shiny Shadow Pokemons from the leaders that actually Chris mentioned last time, and he was right on the money. We were going to get brand new ones. So the 3 leaders changed their Shinies. I think Arlo got Venonat. Sierra got Sneasel, which I think is a previous Shiny she had. And Cliff got Seedot, which is compared to what it was a lot easier for sure. Like, everybody's happy that Cliff is probably like the easiest thing to take out now.
Yeah, screw Aerodactyl, man.
That was a hard one, I do gotta say. And even trying to get the shiny for it was interesting. I'm actually happy that on the last rotation I did get my 2 Beldon, even though it's been like 3 rotations since then. But I wasn't getting that many shinies anyways, and just getting the 2 plus the rank 2 meta one, Metagross.
It makes you wonder if they're gonna keep just trying to rotate the ones people actually like.
Yeah,
I'm curious if that's why they brought back Sneasel.
How is Sneasel something that people want after getting so many events for it?
I'm not saying it's the best shiny, but there had to be enough people doing it that they were like, we'll give it to you. Here you go.
I don't know,
even though nobody asked for it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, nah. See, that it's also interesting because we had a calm day for it, so it's not something that we really needed. It is kind of cool when it's a shadow shiny one, but it's still something that I don't want to actually try to look for because it's just there,
I feel like it's just for the people that want the shiny flex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. And then also there is a grunt that has Grimer, and it's a possibility to get a shiny shadow Grimer from the grunts. Surprisingly, because this is the first time they actually allowed a grunt to have a shiny.
So excited about it.
I have not seen one this entire event.
Same.
So they're pretty scare and pretty rare, plus a lot of brand new shinies like we mentioned before. A lot of new ones. They are in smaller sizes, or I'm sorry, the ability to purify them are smaller, like Puchiena, Starly, and something else. I think it let us purify only for 1,000. I can't remember right now.
I don't remember if Aaron was before, but Aaron is now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I feel like it was a 3K before, but I might be talking out my.
Do I have an Aaron right now? I don't remember. No, I only have my shinies.
Yeah, I even got Laren, and like the whole family's 1K.
Oh yeah, that's through to the full evolution, no matter what it is. Manny, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an interesting one for sure, and it's not bad. But so I've been hearing a lot about this from other podcasters and other people. How bad do you hate the time research for this event?
I think the problem with the timed research is the fact that we have to hold it off until um Zigzagoon is out, right?
No, it's gotta be out on the 25th.
It's already going to be over the 25th, or
No. So the bonuses that we get from doing the Tingle Rockets bonus or global challenge will start on the 25th during the second half of the Luminous Y event.
Oh, okay. No, I know that Zigzagoon, Galarian Zigzagoon, is a reward for a few of the pages.
Yes.
So I know a lot of people, me included, are kind of waiting to do the ones that have the Zigzagoons as the chances, just for that extra shiny chance.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just kind of annoying that we have to wait for that.
Well, that, and also there is a research tag that says defeat a Tingle Rocket leader that will reward you a Zigzagoon plus the AR scanning task. Now, the only problem with the AR scanning task is that it will not trigger past tomorrow, which is the end of the event, technically. The AR task that you get during the second part of the Luminous Y event will give you Puffins instead of Zigzagoon encounters. We do have Zigzagoon in raids, but it kind of sucks that they take it out of the AR scanning task. Because that means less chances and less free-to-play players can actually get them, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, well,
So,
we'll definitely be talking about the part 2 in just a moment, but yeah, no, it still sucks, like everything about it. Now, that's coexistent to what we were talking about, the time research. Now, the time research requires you to do a lot of ground battles, a lot of leaders, and purify a lot of shadow Pokemons, which, in all honesty, that's probably the one thing I wish they would take away from the time research, because one of them makes you purify 12 shadow Pokemons. And
what? I've not seen that one yet.
That's the last task.
What's to give you a Shadow Mewtwo? Dear Lord,
I
man.
think it gives you a Zigzagoon, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so we could stack them at least. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but still, it's that. In the same page, you actually gotta battle 3 leaders. It doesn't have to be like all 3 of them at the same time, just 3 leaders. And then catch 12 shadow Pokemons. And I'm like, oh my god. The last reward on that one is a Dino. The last one.
I know anyone that cares about Stardust hates when they have to purify something.
Oh yeah.
Big fan. I do like the metal though, I'm not gonna lie. But it's just, it feels like such a big waste when you're doing anything more than the 1K Pokemon, and it felt like they were really rare before. Now it feels like the odds are a lot better to get the 1K Pokemon, but still, that's 1,000 dust each time. That's 10 Pokemon you could have got right there.
Yes, and it's the worst part of it is that 1, you have to find them. 2, you gotta battle them. 3, you gotta catch them, and 4, you gotta purify them. So that process of doing Tingle Rocket is okay. In all honesty, Tingle Rocket is an amazing feature in the game, but when it comes to actually having to force the player to do something they don't want to do, that's when everything goes to hell. The tags are okay. Like most of the regular research tags give you like Screwpriest counters or any shiny chance encounters out there, except of course the Purified 5 Pokemons, which only gives you fairy types from the last event, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. Didn't we hatch enough of those?
We trade and cat like a billion of them. Plus, they're coming back next week anyway, so what's the difference at this point? Either way, the time research, really mediocre, not something that we wanted to do. However, it is, of course, another time research, so I completed it. I actually completed it today with a breaking heart of having to purify Pokemon with 3Ks because I couldn't find anything 1K, and I'm like,
oh.
So yeah, I've been in the grind for sure. Well, that being said, of course, the event is okay. A lot of Pokemon spawns has been, nice addition to the spawn pool for extra large candies and everything. Yveltal has been a nice raid boss that everybody wants to get, so people have been raiding it. Not as often, but still something that is relevant, definitely in Master League and things like that. So
Yeah, it's really cool. I've seen some PvPers post about it on Twitter. You know, it walls Mewtwo, it walls Giratina. So I think it's definitely something that helps even the playing field a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. It's like basically just a tankier Sableye at this point because it just walls a lot of things.
I can see that.
Yeah, yeah. At least for Master League until Mega Sableye comes out and we can use it in GBL. That would be fun. But yeah, no, that's again the spawns were okay and everything like that, so it's not that bad of a thing. I do have one AR task for Zigzagoon and one research task from Zigzagoon that I'm gonna save up until Tuesday when the event starts, so that way I can shiny check them and hopefully get a shiny out of them.
Smart.
Yeah, but after that, it's kind of hard because now I only have 2 slots for my research, and I hate not having to spin more stops or things to do more different research.
I can get that.
But that's just me, of course, so it's not a bad thing. And of course, shadow Pokemon are on the rise. Did you get anything notable out of the shadows yet, or anything PvP related or anything?
Oh yes. Oh yes. What's funny is the best ranked one is I am laughing even thinking about it. It's stupid Shadow Makuhita for our boy
Hariyama?
in Great League. I was like, when would I ever use this in Great League? Oh my gosh, it blew my mind. I'm gonna go through some of the rankings really quick, but the coolest one I think was Makuhita ranking wise. It was like a 112-15, rank 9 in Great League. I was like, holy cow.
Nice.
Other than that, like the first Skorupi I caught was decent, not great. But it's ranked 209, 2414.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm mostly excited for Skorupi, honestly, because I think it's got a really nice toolkit. Been trying to catch whatever I could. I was really putting my eyes out for Horsey, but I could not find a single Horsey.
Nah, all the water ones have been either Poliwater or Poliwag or something else at that point, so it hasn't been that easy.
Yeah. I keep seeing Sfeel in that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, for me, the most notable one was another rank 20th Great League Machamp. So I'm actually happy about this because now I think I have a Machamp for every single one of the leagues. A Honda for Masters. I think it was a rank, I don't know, something for Ultra League, which I'm happy. Rank 24 for Ultra League and a rank 20 for Great League. So all the shadows and regulars are good for the entire thing. After that, I don't think I really got any more like shadows that I probably want to PvP, I guess. There's a few maybe here or there. I was close of getting a regular Hondo C-Dot if I purified it, but I was one IB off, unfortunately.
Okay.
After that, I don't believe I got anything worth noting. Maybe it's Squid Bloom, but even the Charmers have been like non-existent at this point. Everything is always reverse PvPs for me. Oh wait, I have a layer on. Oh yeah, it is 1,000 to purify. Well, that's good to know now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just been one of those things. Nothing really notable. Even the Snorlax, even though I've been getting a lot of Snorlax. I saw the Wobbuffet IVs and I was like, no, I need a Honda for this. Oh my.
Yeah.
So it was
Dude,
one of those things.
I keep freaking out whenever I do Wobbuffet or Snorlax. I'm like, I need the Hundo, please.
I know, right?
I'll take anything.
So yeah, no, like I said, not a bad thing. Again, shadow Pokemons are really strong, and the more shadows we get, the more the meta will become shadow. Make sure I do really hope that Niantic will actually give Purified Pokemon some kind of boost or something to match up the boost of the shadows.
Yeah, I think we keep talking about it, but I could have sworn when they introduced Shadow Pokemon, they had a plan to have Purified Pokemon do more damage to them. But we've never seen anything implemented.
There is I think it was like a secret update. There is a more damage to shadow Pokemon from being purified, but that's only on rocket battles and things like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't actually. I don't think it applies to GBL or any of the trainer battles anyway. So
Okay.
It doesn't really apply, but not a lot of people really run purified Pokemon unless it's Hondos. So So
Imagine a purified charmer fighting a shadow Sableye.
that looks good. That feels good.
Oh my gosh.
That feels a little bit. Although I went to GBL the other day, and I think you were there, but I got wrecked by shadow Pokemon, and I was like, I didn't even see the third shadow, and I knew he was running probably 3 shadows at the time. So
People that run 3 shadows want fast battles. That's all I ever think.
that's for sure. But hey, you never know until you see it. But yeah, that's the Luminous Y event. Now we will be going into Luminous Y event part 2 coming up on Tuesday, starting at 10 a.m. Local time for everybody. And that will, of course, switch over back to fairy types for the spawns, with some Eevee evolutions and Eevee spawns in the mix, because Sylveon will be coming up exactly on that day at that time. And it's going to be fun, because Sylveon, again, if you haven't been following us for the last 66 episodes, Sylveon is my favorite Pokemon of all time. And I will be getting as many as I can for this. Now, we will be talking about the requirements of how to actually evolve Sylveon, thanks to Pokeminers. But we'll definitely be talking about that in the later portion of the research topic. So, well, now we're in the news. So let's go ahead and talk about the research topics. How about that, Chris?
Oh,
what's the very first thing we're going to talk about? Things that we, of course, know, but it's good to know about again.
It's one of the most hyped up community days we've had for a while. Gibble Community Day, and we definitely got some more information for it, though.
Yes, we finally got the full details of what we're going to expect for Gibble Community Day on June 6th. And this is basically what they say. So we got some news you'll be able to gobble up right away. At long last, thank you, Gibble, the Land Shark Pokemon will be featured in Community Day event this June. Which, it's kind of nice that it's in June, because, it's closer to summer, so it's not too bad. The weather is probably the perfect time to actually have something like this, unless, it's like 95 degrees in Florida. But yeah, this is basically the details on this. So it will be Sunday, June 6th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So another 6-hour community day, which is amazing. Make sure you stock up on some water and things like that, because we're definitely going to be going ham, right, Chris?
Oh, dude. It's going to be probably the hardest I've grinded for a community day since, like, I want to say Tyranitar. I went really, really crazy for Tyranitar.
Yeah, well, this being a relevant Pokemon in all the metas and everything else, but it's going to be more relevant because of its moveset. So, once again, Gibble will be spawning more frequently in the wild. If you're lucky, of course, you will counter a shiny one. Evolve Gabite into Garchomp, and up to 2 hours in the event after the event to get the exclusive move Earth Power. Now, if we actually go and look at Earth Power's ability on Garchomp, he is the number 1 ground type Pokemon in the entire game. Which I think everybody wants that, right?
Ground is such a good typing.
Yeah, definitely.
Such a good typing for attacking.
That's for sure. So that's why we are happy to see it. I know a lot of people were probably waiting for a Dragon Fast move or something like that, like Dragon Braid or something. But, honestly, I'm actually happy that we actually get to see that too. So, with that being said, of course, if we take snapshots, you'll encounter a surprise, most likely Gibble. There will be a Community Day box in the shop for 1,280 Pokecoins, featuring 50 Ultra Balls, 5 Incest, 5 Lucky Eggs, and an Elite Charge TM, which, in all honesty, is actually a pretty good deal. The one-time special research story for $1, equivalent to your pricing, will be, of course, the story Just a Nibble. And yes, I think that we're waiting for actually to say that a lot. And then, of course, they will know when they are actually going to release the ability to buy that ticket, probably 1 week before the Community Day, which is most likely the case. And then the bonuses, we have 3 times cash experience, and instance activated during the event will last 3 hours. So another experience grind community day, which a lot of people are actually questioning why more of experience, you know? What do you think?
I mean, I definitely won't complain. I know that anyone level 50 is probably like, give me Stardust, only Stardust.
Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, we're still on the grind, so I'll definitely take it.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely take it too. So we'll definitely go through those, and hopefully we'll see something cool. But yeah, that is Gibble Community Day. Be ready, be hydrated, be prepared, because that is a day that everybody's going to grind up and be ready for the amazingness of Gibble. Also, I just did an Absol Ray. The CP was pretty high, but I didn't see it. Whoopah, not shiny. It is 1428. I don't think that's a Hondo, right?
I think 1431 is Hundo.
That means
so it's at least a 98. I feel like
98, 96. We'll see.
I think it's at least a 98.
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, so that is that. Let me see. Let me catch the Eevees here real quick. 93.
Oh. It's not even 15 attack? What?
No, I know, right? That was actually weird.
I'm crazy.
Yeah, he's going ham. Anyways. All right, so we did mention that we were going to be talking about the requirements to evolving Sylveon. Now, thanks to Pokeminers, we have been able to actually see what the requirements on the body system is to be able to evolve it. And this will be, of course, to earn 70 body hearts for Sylveon. Now, this doesn't include your daily hearts, because the max that you can get out of the requirements, if you have it under good friends, I think, or good buddies, you can only get up to like 21 hearts, I believe, or 20 hearts. And that's with doing a puffin or doing excitement and all that. So to be able to evolve Sylveon, you'll need to earn at least 70 body hearts through the body system. Now, of course, if you are grinding like me, if you already did them, then all you have to do is basically evolve it. A lot of people are also saying, how is this going to work with the day and night cycle? Because once you put Sylveon as Eevee as your body, depending on the day of the time, it will evolve either between Espeon and Umbreon. So I won't evolve my Sylveon just yet until we actually have full details on that. But I think it's gonna also require a different type of candy requirements, because that hasn't been actually disclosed just yet. Not even in the game file. So there might be a possibility that there is a differences when it comes down to it.
It is also possible they'll make you give it a fairy move. I don't know how they'll do that, but I know that's something in one of the games. I really don't see how that would matter, though.
Well, I don't think Eevee can learn any fairy type moves at its disposal. Currently, correct. So there is actually something that may actually push it over the top. And that's what we're also going to be discussing in just a moment, because it is interesting when it says, say the least. But that's, of course, Sylveon. We only have the small details on that. We still don't know if it's going to be affected by anything else at the time of release, which, again, is only in 2 days. So we'll see how they push it as much as possible. Now, among other things, there has been an update also on some moves found in the code. And these ones are Chris's information that he's going to give me.
What?
He's like, yeah, no, that's right. Why am I getting invited to a Mercury? Don't even try me.
Give him all the Mercury.
Oh, God. But yeah, so I guess Chris doesn't know, but I'll definitely let you guys know.
I actually only knew about the new move. Okay. That's about it.
So there's been 2 new move sound effects added into the game code since the last update. And those are 2 moves. One of them is a fairy type move, a fast move called Fairy Wind. We still don't know who is going to be able to actually have Fairy Wind, depending on when the game code appears. But that is something that Chris mentioned that could be the ability for how Sylveon evolution line, you know? So it could be a thing. Now, this is also relevant because this is another fast move that everybody been wanting for the fairies aside from Charm. Ah!
People hate Charm, man. and the people that I've seen talk about it, it's not even that Charm is like, oh no, I hate Charm. It's the fact that we don't have a good way to counter it.
Right. Charm
other than just walling it.
Yeah, I know. It's an interesting one for sure when it comes down to it. So Fairy Wing could actually potentially give other fairy type Pokemons a boost because of the ability, but we still don't have the stats of what Fairy Wing can be used at the time of this recording, of course. But then there is another move that was also added as a sound effect, and this was called Fury Dance. Now, Fury Dance is a charge move. Then the only Pokemon that can learn this move is Volcarona.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so Chris and I are very big fans of Volcarona. It's a Pokemon that I've been wanting for such a long time. I'm surprised it hasn't come out before Gen 6, but this is, of course, something that they needed to work with. I guess this was probably one of the things that they need to work with to make sure that you can get Volcarona in the game. Which, in all honesty, thank you, but you took too long.
I'm almost curious if they're like, let's wait till the end of GBL to introduce it, but they already introduced a bunch of new Pokemon before the end too.
Dude, if they put this on GBL only, I'm going ham on GBL from here on out.
I wouldn't be that surprised if they did, right?
Well,
I could see that.
Is Volcarona could be really that relevant in PvP? It is a fire bug type move, which is really weak to rock.
Yeah, Bastiodon's gonna have a field day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
I don't know if I can see Volcarona as a powerful bug type Pokemon. I mean, we do have some, equivalent Pokemons out there that are pretty strong in the bug type category between Beedrill and Gargantua and things like that. But Volcarona could be interesting because of its typing. We just don't know how this new move going to fare out against the competition, or what kind of moves he can actually get that will help him become a good PvP Pokemon in that sense. So hold your breath until we get more news about this. This is, again, just things that we have found in the 8B game mine. Another piece of news, and really we're just ranting on about things that we actually have seen in Pokemon Go this week eventually, is that GBL, of course, breaks again because of Melmetal. During I want to say probably a couple of days ago, maybe 2 days ago, there was a game-breaking bug with Melmetal in GBL, stating that when you boost up the Pokemon, when it's, or I think it debuffs is because of superpower, the charge move for you and your opponent will completely disappear, and you will not be able to use them at all throughout the battle until you either restart the game or take a loss or whatever. And that, of course, got noticed by Niantic and banned Melmetal from GBL for a full 24 hours.
Timeout
for Melmetal, but they were able to luckily fix it pretty quickly, and within the 24 hours, even before, within the 24 hours, they were able to unban Melmetal and fix the groundbreaking, glitch in the game. So it was interesting, to say the least, that people were not being able to use Melmetal, even though it's the most common Pokemon you can probably get because of the Melton bugs. And, the only Pokemon that can actually power up to level 50 with only a few boxes breaks. So
definitely one of the easier grinds.
Yeah. I still don't have my Hundo Melmetal, though.
Soon.
Anyways, but yeah, those are things that we have seen and experienced in the game in the last few days. There's also some other things in the code that mention a brand new GBL Cup called Element Cup, which is, don't have any details on it just yet, but this may be the next cup that we're going to get during 6 and 8's potential information within the next few days, probably. Because maybe not a few days, maybe a couple more weeks, because I know that the unranked season of GBL is coming up in the next week or so. you're thinking, Chris?
That's interesting. I'm thinking what they might do. The only thing I can think is that they're following the Avatar: The Last Airbenders kind of thing.
That was
Fire, earth, air, water.
yeah. At this point, I think at that point, I think fire and air is just wins everything.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking what's gonna be OP, what's not, but I definitely need to see what's allowed, what's not allowed.
Yeah, I know, right? It will be interesting when it comes down to it. But yeah, that I guess that's when it comes down to it. I will actually go to their Reddit post real quick. There's a few other things. Well, not really a lot of different things changing. There is something that mentions signing up your phone contacts to be able to invite them to play Pokemon Go with you. So maybe now you can actually get somebody's number and play Pokemon Go with them. Some changes to the global challenge text. Some things boost and weather warning changes. Things that we don't really talk about here because of things. But there is two things that actually are mentioned and implemented as of, I think, the last update. One of them being a rate fix, which actually says that if you don't have a space for a raid pass when you go and buy a raid pass, the game will allow you to buy the raid pass and enter the arena of the raid at the time of purchase. So let's say you're at 2,000 out of 2,000 in your storage. But you don't notice this. You go and get invited to a raid. You want to get in. You don't have the pass. You go buy it, but you're not able to because your inventory is full. So then you gotta go back out the entire way to delete space and then go be able to buy the raid pass. This will not be the case anymore because now they're all gonna be able to actually buy the raid pass and go over your inventory at the time to be able to get into the raid. Chris is so quiet thinking about something.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
I don't know about you, but I've missed out on a lot of of raids because of that.
Well, you do have full inventory at all times for both Pokemons and catches, so you don't matter. You're the minority in this because you can't delete anything in your storage, my friend.
I want to keep them all as my friends.
You don't have to, but okay. But yeah, those are the interesting things. And then there was another thing that I was going to mention, but let me see if I can actually find it. I don't know if I will. Oh, yeah, that's right. There is an update to the Verizon Special Weekend here in the United States, plus the other ones in other parts of the world. The update is, and it's actually from the blog post, if we actually complete the global challenge for the Luminous Y event part 1, which is the Tingo Rocket Grunts battles, the people who bought the ticket, or not bought the ticket, but are able to get a ticket for these special weekends will get 4 times catch experience from the duration of the weekend event. So this event is a 2-day event from Saturday at midnight, actually. So it starts at 12 to Sunday right before midnight at 11:59 p.m. Of course. So the change, of course, being from 2 times the catch experience to 4 times catch experience. If you're lucky like this, might be 8 times catch experience, and you're gonna go ham. Chris, do you really think that a lucky egg doesn't double the experience that you're catching on things?
I thought it was 1.5.
Let's check the lucky egg here. It says a lucky egg that fills with happiness earns double experience for 30 minutes. So what's double experience for 4 times?
25.
Bye. So when I actually read this, I thought it was only... Yes, I thought that this event was only going to be like a 1-day event. I didn't think about the weekend part. And when I read the blog post again, because, I am a podcaster, I learned that this is literally a 48-hour event. And I'm like, How can I maximize my chances of catching every Pokemon from here on out, from 12 a.m. to 11:59 a.m.? Let's stream for 48 hours. How about that? No sleep grind.
Sleep.
Yeah, excellent throws here. It's like, what are you doing? I'm catching Pokemons.
I'm busy.
No, but it's going to be really interesting. I'm definitely going to mostly go ham on Sunday because fortunately I think I'm pretty booked up on Saturday for it. Me and Chris were able to get tickets thanks to a couple of our friends. They were nice enough to just send us the tickets since they're not going to be playing themselves. But it's just nice and neat. Of course,
I do appreciate that.
Most of the catches are from the incest, or the special spawns will be from the incest during the weekend. So the unknowns, the Sableyes, and all of that, they're not going to be like special in the wild, but they will be special through the incest. So let's just make sure of that. However, though, the 4 times catch Stardust, the 4 times catch experience is for any Pokemon you catch. So level 49, here I come. Ooh. Can I? Nah, I don't think so. Not for a weekend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, look at that XP. You got it.
I mean, I'll be level 48 after this weekend probably, or next weekend. But I don't know about 49. I don't think I'll have the experience if I actually don't grind out like every catch for 48 hours. That will be fun. That will be fun. But anyways, that is the small little changes. Make sure you prepare for the event if you have a ticket for it. I'll definitely be doing that. I'm going to try to restock as many Pokeballs as possible because I want my Gold Plus to literally run for probably the entire weekend at that point. If I can do it in my sleep, I would, but unfortunately I can't. So unless I really do go for 48 hours no sleeping schedule. So we'll see. But anyways, with that being said, I think that's all for the news and updates that we have right now. There hasn't been much after that, mostly because there is still part 2 of the weekend of the Luminous Y event happening pretty soon. With that being said, let's get into our PvP section. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go, Chris.
Yeah.
So I know I'll be letting Chris talk through most of this because he has a lot of updates for us for his fractions battles. The one thing that I will be mentioning for real quick is the GBL ranked season will be over by Monday, May 24 at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So if you haven't gotten into Legends, this is your last push. If you haven't gotten into rank 20, this is your last push. Go ahead and try your best, everybody.
No matter what you did, I'm proud of you. Good job, everyone.
Yeah. With that being said, of course, the Kanto Cup will be beginning as soon as that ends, and there will be end rank GBL battles. So if you have a powerful team you want to try and you don't know if it's going to be good, this is the time to use it because the Kanto Cup is what it is for. But anyways, Chris, I've taken enough time of myself and you, so let's go ahead and talk about what you have to say.
I mean, we can skip it, you know. No, I'm joking. The factions that I'm in, Switchmasters, we were paired up against Mazer Gaming.
Dun, dun,
if
dun.
you're not familiar with them, oh my gosh, they are a powerhouse. A bunch of streamers got picked up by esports organization known as Mazer, and I got the pleasure to fight Marto Gald, I believe is how you say it. I'm really sad if I said it wrong. But he's a very, very popular Argentinian streamer. And oh my gosh, these battles were super, super close. I basically got the lead in each of them. I'm not saying it was like a hard win lead, but it was definitely a winning scenario. And he was able to make it a lot closer, honestly, between each of the battles. I won the first one, and then the second one came down to the wire. He won it. Every single battle came down to, you know, the last shield, the last tiny bit of HP, obviously within one charge move. And then the last battle, though, oh my gosh. Every single battle had me on the edge of my seat. They were freaking amazing, and he was really cool at the end. He said, dude, those were some amazing battles. But, oh my gosh, they ended up beating us 16-5. Oh my gosh, they they demolished it that round. So it's definitely cool to see them, pick it up. I know in the battles before that they seem to have a little bit of trouble. So it makes me wonder how tough the other opponents were. So gotta watch out for them in the future. But we're gonna get good before the next battles, and hopefully pick it up some. Try to get in the top 3 again. But yeah, let's talk Venture now.
Yes, the very last cup of Silt Arena, the Venture Cup that starts on June 1st until June 30th. So what does this cup have to offer this time around, guys? Let's find out. This will be a team, not a team, but a point-based system. You'll basically have 20 points to build up your team of 6. And they will give you, of course, the list here in just a moment. The few things that are actually banned in this list, or in this cup actually, are Dark types, Fairy types, Steel types, Chansey, and Megas. So Shadows are on the table, but the other things are not. So basically a like a retro cup, but only point system when it comes down to it, since we're not going to be seeing a lot of the typings before Generation 1. Or, well, yeah, after Generation 1, I guess. And Chansey, because Chansey is a powerhouse anyways, so we know that when it comes down to it. So here are the point system that they have mentioned. So the very first, you have, again, 20 points to build up your team, and this is how it's set up. You have your 10 points, 6 points, 4 points, and 1 point Pokemons. From then on, of course, your 10-point Pokemons will be Frostlass, Altaria, Hypno, Alolan Marowak, Lickitung, and Cresselia. Your 6-pointer will be Jellicent, Politoed, Kingdra, Dragonite, Lapras, Medicham, Talonflame, Galvantula, Deoxys Defense Form, Leaky, Regirock, Snorlax, Munchlax, Vigoroth, and Dewon. Your 4-pointer Pokemons will be Drifloon, Crustle, Mew, Pelipper, Whiscash, Swampert, Unova Stunfisk, Machamp, Alolan Graveler, I can't say that word, no? Zangoose, Dragonite, Goodra, Duskull, Seal, Wobbuffet, Lantern, Cradily, Tropius, Gengar, Hunter, Mantine, Surfetch, Pachirisu, and Abomasnow. And then anything in the 1-point category is the other eligible Pokemons that are not on the above list. So again, you have to pick a team specifically with those. So you can't just pick out 2 10-pointers and call it a day unless you really want to go with only 2-pointers. But you wouldn't be able to enter anything without 2 Pokemons anyways. But yeah, that will be, of course, an interesting team when it's, say, the least. Just because you got to pick up a hard hitter with the 10-pointers and then base your team around those last few 10 points around everything else. So what do you think, Chris?
Looking at it, off the top of my head, I'm already going to say Lickitung. Easily the best choice you can make. Mm-hmm. Because, Darks and Steel, that's everything that resists it, man.
Oh, God.
The only thing that even stands a chance is Ghosts. But the problem is that Ghosts are still going to be taking damage from Lick. Yeah. And you might say, oh, but yeah, Fighters, they're still going to take some good damage, man. So Lickitung is easily the best safe swap, the best everything. I definitely see it as, like, if you have it, definitely use it.
Well, the only really problem with having Lickitung is that you really have to excel it, right?
Yeah. And also, that's 10 points, so you got to kind of make a pretty lackluster squad after that.
Yeah, and if everybody really picks only Lickitung, it's going to be really easy to counter it if you think about it. They're just going to pick enough counters onto
I can see that, yeah.
I mean, Vigoroth can wall it really good because Vigoroth has counter. Medicham can do okay work, but it does take more damage from Lick.
Yeah, Vigoroth doesn't even wall it. It still takes massive damage from all the body slams. There's a few Pokemon that have a chance against it, but oh my gosh, it is going to be brutal.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure when it comes down to it, but That is, of course, the Pokemon that you will see in this cup. I think that it's actually pretty cool that they're doing a cup like this because, especially for the last cup of the season, with that, of course. So I don't know. It just makes you think. You don't want to go with just the hard hitters. You want to actually have a nice balanced team, and I'm sure it would be if you pick the right Pokemons out there. So, yeah,
I definitely like it more than the last one they had at the end of the season. This one is very reminiscent of Cliffhanger, where you just choose Pokemon based on the points. It's literally like the same thing. The difference I see here is that in Cliffhanger, you still had 0-point Pokemon. They're making you choose very wisely. Even the worst Pokemon are still 1 point. Yeah. That's so funny to me.
Yeah, that is really interesting when it comes to that. But the Seal team has always had some very good cups above anything else. So, yeah, be ready. The cup will start on June 1st, so we only have about a week and a couple of days to prepare. So if you guys want to participate in that, make sure you do and find out your local Discord if you have a local Discord for that. So, or if not, just go ahead and join Go Stadium or something. They'll definitely be doing something for that. All right, and that is, of course, not the last thing that we're going to be talking about because Chris has one last announcement here.
Oh, yeah. So, if you guys are familiar with Sylph, we actually had the the North America regional tournaments. The invitationals went out, I want to say, a little bit less than a week ago. Mm-hmm. And the signups just ended tonight at 8 p.m. I was able to sign up for the ones in Tampa. So I'm very excited for another chance at trying to get to Continentals, meet up with Speedy's chief on the battlefield. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I still haven't taken a look at the meta, but I already see plenty of people that want to practice it. So I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun again.
That's great. I do believe once regionals and all of that usually wires down, plus the last cup of the season ends on June 30th. I'm sure they're probably going to take a break pretty soon. So I'll definitely see if I can get into the next one pretty soon. I got to start getting my Stardust ones again this summer.
they usually take a month off in between.
Yeah. So
gives us a little bit of time to get Stardust.
Definitely. Well, let's hope that you can do well this time around. The last time we went to regionals,
I went 5-2. I did fine. I just can do better this time.
Yes. Was it regionals part? The second regionals or the first regionals you only been to?
I've only been to one. I don't remember if I just couldn't attend the first one.
Oh, okay. I think you were just.
I just didn't get an invite on the first one.
Yeah, you were just starting. I think at the beginning of the first season for sure. Because I know I went to regionals for the first season. I just never picked it up afterwards. So, but hey, you never know. Another day, it's another Silt Arena Cup. So, but yeah, that is basically I think everything that we got today, right, Chris? Because I don't think we have any more news for tonight.
No, I think that's it.
Yeah. I don't think that there hasn't been any updates in the last few minutes or moments. I know that everybody's just going crazy because pretty soon we'll be getting Sylveon. One thing that I actually forgot to mention, I finished up all my rocket medal. I got it up to platinum at the end of today.
Congrats!
Yeah, one more platinum medal, not to worry about. Unfortunately, of course, they're probably gonna do diamond after this and then be like level 7 or something. I'm like,
You're gonna be playing for the rest of your life.
I hope so, because I want to keep doing this until the end of my life. But yeah, that is the case, and I think that's everything that we can cover today. So thank you once again to everybody listening to the podcast, both in live form and podcast feeds. You can always check it out on those podcast services, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, many places to go. If you can leave us a review, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. You can always find us out in our social media, myself at PureLighterGo, and Chris at Pokemon Trigger Please. That's PKMN Trigger Please, of course. And of course, if you like to email us anything, you can email us at the Purified Podcast at gmail.com. We will love some fan mail if people want to listen to us more, of course. And then, of course, don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. With that being said, I believe that's it. Chris, how about you take aways for the night?
All right. Okay, if you guys aren't excited for the new shinies or the new shadows, you can definitely look forward to all the XP next week. Definitely Sylveon. I know a lot of us are excited for Sylveon. So, let us know what you guys got. Send us the Hundo Eevees you guys are going to evolve. And I hope you guys have a fantastic week.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. Keep purifying them. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.